Hey, what's up?
What's going on? How we doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm I am Livin, man. I'm hanging in there, you know. I'm real excited about everything that's going on, and the music stuff is definitely helping keep me going, you know.
Absolutely. I got real excited. I think it was probably about a year ago that you had a song come out, and I hadn't heard from you guys in a long time, and it popped up on YouTube, and I lost my shit. And I turned around and I told her, I said, I need you to message these guys right fucking now and get them on this show. Somehow, some way, get them on this show.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, that was you know, I remember I want to say it was like end of 2000 no, it was about like I think the beginning of 2019. But I just kind of just posted on Facebook, and I was just like, hey, anybody want Defiler? You know? And I guess maybe it was a dumb question for me to post on my Facebook. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to sorry about that. I'm gonna do it myself. So I started recording, and it was cool because I got to basically do everything exactly the way that I wanted to. You know, I mean, in the past, I love working with, you know, different producers and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, and we worked with a lot of great people over the years. But you know, I was like, if I'm gonna bring Defiler back, I'm going to do it exactly how I want to do it. You know, and thankfully, I have the capabilities. I've been doing recording, mixing, mastering, whatever for years now. So it was cool because I just threw the song out, and it was kind of a tester. I was like, well, if people like this, then you know maybe I'll do an album or something. And I was blown away because people liked it a lot more than I was expecting. So that was cool, man.
That's always a good thing.
That is always a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's I was a little rusty because you know, I kind of started going a different way, and I started experimenting a lot. You know, between I would say, you know, 2014 to 2019, I kind of just started just throwing everything at the wall. Started doing acoustic stuff. You know, I did an EP with the guys, all the guys from Emir and Bury Your Dead, and that was a lot different. That was like straight up. I think it was a lot of it was just butt rock, just straight up, you know, very very serious octane kind of sounding stuff. And I mean, that's the thing a lot of people don't know is that that's like my favorite shit. I mean, I listen to a lot more rock oriented stuff than people call us deathcore. And I mean, I listen to it, but nowhere near as often as I listen to just rock and, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I cuss?
Oh, yeah. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
This show is called the Friday Fuckery Show, so you can say whatever you want.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, I saw that right when you said it over, so I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, you're totally good.
Right on.
No. See, I told her, I said, you know, I've been following these guys ever since Cryomancer came out, which was fucking forever ago. And I used to drive people nuts because I remember I was in a band at the time, and I took it in and I pulled it up on my phone. I said, you gotta look at these guys. And I think I played Cryomancer for every motherfucker I met for like 6 months. I was like, you gotta listen to Defiler right now.
I mean, first of all, thank you so much, man. I mean, I really appreciate that. And I mean, hearing that people have been listening since I was, knee high to a grasshopper. I mean, I was literally a kid. So, I mean, it's just so crazy to think that, there's people that, I mean, I still can't get used to the fact that like people like what I make. So, I mean, it's still I swear, I mean, like, it's just so weird. I mean, I remember doing, where were we? Where were we? Sorry, I'm unfortunately, part of the illness I've been dealing with is one of the effects is neurodegeneration. So it's actually making me dumber, which is kind of crazy. But
at least you have an
yeah,
excuse,
You're taking it
no,
in stride.
yeah, no, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's like the biggest bummer I could possibly imagine is to like have an illness and one of its effects is you get stupid. But what was, see, I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, the show. We were in Brisbane, Australia. We were doing Soundwave Festival, and I think we were on right before Five Finger. And so this was the first day to the festival. The festival was like 2 weeks. It was, we went all the way around Australia. It was the first day. And I remember running out on stage because we kind of do a thing where all the guys would be there and then I would run out, grab the mic, and then we would start like right then. And when I ran out and saw that there was like over 1,000 people there, I was like, huh? What? Like, we're in Australia. What the hell? So, I mean, I don't know. And then obviously, there was like every band that I'd ever listened to in my life was on that festival. So, I mean, then, over the years, you start, kind of talking to people that you looked up to. And when they say that they've not just liked, but even listened to the music that I made, I'm kind of like, nah, see, that doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? I'm just I'm some stupid kid. What do you mean? So it's been a wild ride, man. It's been crazy, and that is why I will not let this illness and all of the other fuckery that's going on. I will not let it take me out of the game. No.
Hey, it's I look up to that because most people would just give up and be like, I'm done. Like I give up. I quit.
It's when I lost Craig, that was it was about a month after I got sick, I think. And at that time it was like multiple hospital visits per week. And so, going in and them telling me at the time, hey, you're gonna die. And then I lost Craig, and at that time I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to do this. I mean, first of all, the pandemic had already screwed up so much of what everybody was working on that it was like, is this music ever coming out? So first there was that, and then when I got sick, and only recently am I physically capable of actually playing music again. So, I mean, you want to talk about demoralizing, like not even having the physical strength to like sit and play drums or play guitar or scream. That was, man, I was losing it. But I didn't give up, I got close. But I was like, no, I have to do this. I mean, it's the one thing that's kind of kept me going no matter what over the years, and being able to talk to people like you and stuff like that is quite literally what gives me the juice that I need. So I'm here, I'm breathing, and live to fight another day.
Good. I look forward to. Now, do you have plans on doing any touring?
So we did. Everybody did before the pandemic happened. We actually we were working on something where we were. I don't want to say the band because it could still potentially happen at some juncture, but we set up a thing where we were going to do direct support for a band that they've been one of my favorite bands since it was like one of the bands that got me into music, So then the pandemic happened, and it was like, hey, so that ain't happening. Then the way that it happened when I got sick was it was like a gradual thing because I started going to the gym and working out like 5 days a week around. I think I started in 2016, I want to say, because I stopped drinking and I started working out all the time. And I actually got up to about 180, I think, because I'm sure you remember from Crime Answer, I've always been skinny.
Yeah, you're a little guy.
Yeah. So I got myself up to about 180. I felt, that was like the first time in my life that I ever had like any, like even remotely positive, like self-image, because I just have always felt terrible about myself. So I got some muscle on me. I was deadlifting like 450 and I felt amazing. And then, pandemic happened, gyms closed, so I would do home workouts, but I started just losing weight with no explanation. I mean, I obviously I was eating 5,000-6,000 calories a day, and then I started losing weight, and I've kind of had digestive issues for a long time, unfortunately. I think I started getting sorry about that. We got dogs barking.
That's okay.
We don't even know where they are. Yeah, and I'm feeling it right now. Like I said, I got sick like right before we started, but I started getting really nauseous all the time, and I was like, okay, well, I've always had digestive issues, but this is like a lot worse than it used to be. And then one day or one night, I just started puking my guts out, and I could not stop. I couldn't stop to breathe. I couldn't, nothing. So I was like, holy crap. So someone called me an ambulance. They took me in. When I got to the hospital, they did a bunch of blood tests and stuff, and they came back pretty soon after. And they were like, hey, so in most people, normal people, your level of pancreatic, your lipase count or your lipid count or whatever your pancreas thing is, normal healthy adult count is about 80, between like 60 to 80 ish. Yours is 5,200, and I was like, what does that mean? And they were like, it means if you got here like 10 minutes after you did, you'd be dead. And I was like, okay, so what do I have? And they were like, well, and then they did their scan. It wasn't MRI, it was the other one.
CAT scan?
Yes. yeah, so they did that, and they were like, well, you have pancreatic necrosis. And unfortunately, like I said, I was in and out of the hospital multiple times. A couple of them actually made it worse. And it just became this giant thing with there was like a lawsuit, and still to this day, I have not actually found out why it happened or what the cause of it is. So, my most recent appointment that I had, they were like, well, because I mean, I got multiple MRIs, and they were like, so it turns out we actually missed something on your MRI, and I was like, fuck you. So, they were like, yeah, so
that's the first thing that you want to hear.
Yeah.
You missed something.
We messed up, and there was a lot of that going on, and it kind of, again, like I said, I still don't know what it is, but there's been just a cascading effect, and it's like now I'm having issues with like tons of other organs. So they were like, yeah, so now you've got a growth in your liver, and we think that the cause of all of this could be anything from an endocrine tumor somewhere, adrenal gland, something like that, or it could be cancer, or it could be this or that or the other. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to live my life and do the absolute best that I can with whatever energy I might have, and whatever happens, happens.
I'd rather go out on a high note than give up.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, that's the thing is like I get all these blood tests all the time, and I'm always doing all these tests, and they're like, oh well, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. They told me that it could possibly be like 40. I think literally like 40 different things, and so I'm just like, dude. I mean, fuck it. I mean, whatever it ends up being, the fact like it doesn't change what it's doing to me. I've probably lost at this point, because I got so upset about it that I stopped stepping on my scale. But I think I've lost about 60 pounds. So that was, I mean, you can see in my face that like my face is skinnier than it was in the Canaanite video. So, I just, whatever it ends up being, if I ever find out what the cause actually is, then I can go from there and I can address it however, But I mean, I've been misdiagnosed so many times, and the fact remains that I'm sick. So I can only do whatever it is that I can do. So it kind of doesn't even really matter what it is, because it's still wrought so much havoc on my body that like I'm going to be in this situation regardless of whether it's, this or that or the other. So fuck it. I'm just going to do the best that I can and try the best to get this music out, and that's it,
We hear you on that one. Well, now we're to the point where we're gonna have fun.
Oh,
yeah, please.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun.
Please get me off of this downer.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. Before I go first, if you're in the comments and you have a question, it could be a serious question or a not serious question, go ahead and ask, and we'll pop it up on the screen for him. But the first question we always ask is, does pineapple belong on pizza?
No. Sorry. I'm readjusting.
You're okay.
No, to be honest, I mean, I don't, I've never been a fan of pineapple itself. I've tried, I mean, like, especially with having, my whole GI system just go bye. I've had to try and eat, all kinds of stuff over the years. Pineapple, I never liked it. So you ask me, I would say no. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. It's just it seems like you just spitting in the face of God, and you're just going, hey, thank you for this amazing thing. Now I'm going to do this to it.
You're whooping my ass this year.
I'm just talking shit.
It's okay. I don't see. My answer is no. His is yes.
You're whooping my ass.
So we always ask. It's a household feud here.
Last year I won. I won by a landslide last year.
Yeah.
This
Not this year.
I'm losing.
Everyone came to
Yeah.
All right. So, if you could go on tour with any three bands, dead or alive, who would they be?
Wow. Okay. I mean, why you gotta do this to me? So, I mean, you said dead or alive. I would say probably because I was too young, so I unfortunately never saw Pantera. And I met Vinny, but I heard so many stories over the years about how those guys were just the coolest motherfuckers you could possibly imagine. Anytime that anyone ever came into Texas, they would, throw you parties. They would do this, that, or the other. And obviously, I mean, I love the music as well. So, I mean, I think I would still argue that Shedding Skin is heavier than like a lot of deathcore bands. So, definitely Pantera. And man, I years ago, like 2014 or something, there was a label guy that was trying to kind of schmooze me. And he was like, oh, well, we could do this for you. We could do this for you. And at the time, he was like, so, there's a band that's coming back, and they haven't announced that they're coming back, but we could put you on this tour with them, because they knew that I liked them, so he was trying to play on that. And they didn't come back. Dude was just talking out of his ass. But they did. Finally, they announced it, and that is Mudvayne. There's like 5 bands that were like the bands that I found when I was a kid, and they are still my favorite bands. And so it would be Slipknot, obviously, Mudvayne, System of a Down, Disturbed. Oh crap! I'm running out of room. And I think Papa Roach. I want to say. See, I heard all of those bands, and I was like, "Oh, okay. So this is like me. This is what I like." And I was, shit, man, 5, 6, something like that. And then I heard Wait and Bleed. And, obviously all those other bands had like, some screaming here and there, but they weren't like heavy as we think of heavy, you know what I mean? So like, it was quite a jump to go from hearing Last Resort to hearing Wait and Bleed. And so I heard Wait and Bleed, and I was just like, what? Like, I was like, this is me. This is what I'm going to do. I was like, you could do that with your voice? And so, I mean, that was the reason that I begged my parents for my first drum kit, because that was actually my first instrument. I mean, that was huge. So, yeah, I would say probably I'd have to go with Pantera, Mudvayne, and Slipknot. And I bug Corey about it all the time, but I'm not even joking. Like I mean, we started talking like I don't know, like 5 years ago or something like that. But it was always either like, well, this is way too heavy to open for Stone Sour, or like this was going on, or it never lined up. But now I'm like, hey, come on, man. But now I'm sick and I can't even walk. So what are you gonna do?
It's all right. We'll will your ass out there.
So, a question from the audience is: have you ever snorted blow off a hooker's ass in a gas station bathroom?
I'll tell you what. Done. No, wait, no. It's funny. I don't know. What's the statute of limitation? Like, you live in Nebraska. One of these things actually happened in Nebraska. So I wonder what the statute of limitations is for like blowing something up. Probably forever, right? So I can't talk about that one. But
I think it's like 7 years or something like that.
An explosion was involved. A big one. So, no, I have never snorted blow off of a hooker's ass in a gas station bathroom, unfortunately. But,
We has blown shit up.
Did he need to add yet to the end of that sentence? Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't done it yet. But I've had fun.
Fair enough.
You're next.
Who was your biggest musical influence? I don't know if Eric wants to know a specific time period or just in general, but
that is honestly a tough one because like I said, I mean, I've told Corey before that like he was like the dude, like if there were a dude, he's the dude. But I really do have to think about like, if Slipknot is my favorite band or whatever, why is that? Like I got to reverse engineer what got me to that point. And there was actually a first rock song that I ever heard. And I was, let's see, do you guys, can you check real quick and see what year the movie Twister came out? Because I think it's 96.
Yeah, that was 90-something.
90-something. Hold on, let me look.
I want to be clear about this.
96.
Yeah, you was 96.
Right. Okay. So there was a song in that movie. And when I was 3 years old at the time. And there was this song in that movie. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And I remember I made my mom go get the soundtrack. And we'd listen to the CD in the car over and over and over and over again.
I know exactly what song you're talking about, too.
Humans Being by Van Halen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing is like that song has like chugs in it. It's so. I mean, Eddie has that sound, and that was probably like the worst impersonation of his guitar sound you ever heard. But
I enjoyed it personally. But
what is this guy doing? But yeah, I mean, that was like the first song that I ever heard in my life where I was like, wow, I really, really, really like this. So I don't know. I don't know if I would say it's Van Halen. I don't know if I would say it's Slipknot. I mean, I do listen to a lot of different stuff. Like I said, I do recording and mixing and mastering and stuff like that. My favorite vocal mix of all time, of any record ever, is actually the Eminem Show. So I mean, there's like been just it's impossible to nail it down to like one band or artist or because I mean, I like music too much. You know, I mean,
Sounds like me.
Yep.
yeah, you know, like I mean, I love music so much that like I can't really just say that there's like one thing, you know, that is, you know, responsible for like everything in my life, you know. It's impossible.
Did I miss something? Somebody put salmon with some hard eyes and a emoji. I don't know. Salmon.
Man, I like salmon.
I don't know.
Salmon. Hey, salmon. You know, salmon. You know.
I don't know.
I think they smoked a little bit before the show.
Maybe.
That's okay, you know. But,
That's all right.
you know, maybe just a little crack here and there. You know,
Oh, they're doing that down there at the corner of the station right now.
Sam at the gas station with the hooker.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I see what she said that for now. Eric said, so if you say that pineapple does not belong on pizza, what do you order on a pizza?
Ooh, so, I'm Italian, so you know, things like which sucks because a lot of the things that I like, Italian food, I can't eat now because of the digestive problems. But you know, there's a pizza joint in town, and I've been going there since I was a teenager, and they have the most killer linguiça. And I know that's a Portuguese thing, but I would get linguiça on it for the longest time. So, excuse me, dying, remember? But yeah, no, I would definitely say linguiça is probably like my favorite like random thing to get on pizza.
What is that?
Eric said we need to make a salmon shirt. Salmon.
Oh.
Some finger guns. Salmon.
Salmon. Yeah, there we go.
Why
Good idea.
not?
Linguiça is it's kind of just like sausage, kind of ish, but it's just like, yeah. See, someone goes, oh yeah, linguiça. See, so it's like that's how it's spelled. I'm like, because I'm also Portuguese. I'm fairly certain it's like a Portuguese thing. And it's just like better tasting sausage. I don't know. It's like sausage but better. It's like really hard to explain. But like, you know, it also depends on like, you know, if you've got someone who's like extremely Portuguese cooking it for you, so they do like the weird, you know, like whatever the hell it is that they do to it.
Is it like ground or is it like chunks?
Yeah, it's like well, I mean, like all the times that I've had it, it's almost like it comes in like links almost.
Okay.
So like, you know, when I would get it on the pizza from that joint in town, like, you know, it'd be like slices, almost like pepperoni.
Okay.
But you know, just way better. So
yeah. I got you.
Hell yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
My dad likes anchovies.
Yeah, your dad's weird.
Never tried that. I've always just been too weirded out about the fact that there's just tiny, like, I mean, I enjoy fish. I'm allergic to shellfish, but I love like you know, halibut, whatever.
Salmon.
Salmon. But yeah, no, so when I was a kid though, I was like, you mean to tell me that people just stick tiny little fish on pizza? No. So I've never really gotten over that. I don't know.
Well, and there's like a difference between like salmon and anchovies. Salmon's not straight up like fish dank.
Right, exactly. And I mean, like, you know, also, like, you know, like I said, I started working out, so I would just, you know, wolf down just cans of tuna with nothing else. which I'm sure is much different than anchovies as well.
Yeah.
But I don't actually know, and I don't plan to find out.
I
Yeah,
don't blame you.
You know what? I promised my dad.
Are you gonna try it?
Yeah, you know my thing.
Blech.
I'll try it once.
No.
I'll at least give it one shot.
Okay.
If I don't like it, I don't like it. But
I don't like
if
it.
I do like it, I discover something new.
I'm gonna throw up.
Just like us being on vacation this last week.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I tried raw sushi for the first time, and I loved it.
With fish eggs on it.
Yeah.
You're nasty.
It was good.
Wow. I mean, yeah, see, that's the thing is that they're like, there's certain stuff that I'm allergic to everything. But,
Me too.
so
It's okay.
I never really got into sushi. I don't even know if I can eat seaweed or not. I think I can, but I'm pretty sure. Like, okay, so there's like one thing over the years that I smell it, and I want to eat it so bad that I'm almost like I've actually been tempted to like just get my EpiPen and eat a whole shit ton of it, and then just stab myself with it a bunch of times, and then go to the hospital. And it's shrimp because, like, I don't know. Maybe the women that I grew up with in my life were just really, really great cooks. I mean, they were, but I would smell that shit whenever they would make it, and then they would have to be like, oh no, it's okay, you get this over here, and I'm like, no, I want that. That smells good.
I'm allergic to
so
shrimp, so I get
Shrimp is amazing. I love shrimp.
Yep, I can't have any kind of shellfish, and I can't have anything that shellfish has even like touched. So
yeah. So, did you find out the hard way?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your experience?
I got in the ocean and had a reaction.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They thought I was allergic to iodine, and then we went to a sushi place, and I didn't get shrimp. I got like something totally different, but he got shrimp, and within like 15 minutes, I had hives everywhere. My throat was closing. I threw up like 6 times. It was horrible.
I'm sorry. Wait. So you're allergic to the ocean?
No, that's what they thought I was allergic to, but I'm actually allergic to shellfish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because for a second I was like, how does that even fucking happen? But like,
well, that's what they said. They're like, we don't understand.
You're allergic to what gives life. But
basically, I'm like that fish in Nemo, like the seahorse that's allergic to water. That's me.
Me too. I got a picture on my Instagram because a couple years ago, I've unfortunately, because of being sick, I've had to stop getting them. But I finally started getting allergy shots. So I got a picture on my Instagram because they do, they prick you with a bunch of tiny little stuff all up and down your back. And basically like every single one of them was welted up like that. So yeah, I mean, I was also allergic to everything. And I mean, there was one experience where we like when I was a kid, I found out because we were having a family party and I ate a piece of a crab leg, and I was like really, really tiny. So I was just like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something like that. And I was like, and it was just, and I was like, ugh! And so they took me to the hospital, but I'm also allergic to a ton of different venom. So I'm allergic to like white-faced hornets and these and that and the other. So we were in Japan. And I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a couple years ago where there was a bunch of news headlines about how somehow giant Japanese killer hornets had made their way to Washington State. You guys remember that?
Yeah. Oh, that was like, what, 2 years ago, a year ago?
Yeah.
We got COVID.
So-
then we got fucking murder hornets.
So those are real, and we were in we just pulled off the freeway, and gas station stops or like rest stops in Japan are not. They're not like America. They're like these crazy fancy thing. Like every single one of them has like dog parks with golden statues, and you're like, I'm at a fucking gas station. Why is this here? But
Three shells.
so we pulled off. I'm sorry, I got my reflex is going nuts right now, and I keep feeling like I'm gonna yak. We
A commercial if you need.
no. Like I said, I'm toughing it out. I will
there.
literally, I will puke on air. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so
Hey, I've done it.
Yeah, he's done it a couple times.
hard, dude. But
Several times.
there you go. But so we were everybody was like getting ready to get back into the Sprinter, and I was off taking pictures because there was like a cool landscape or whatever, and I'm taking pictures, and I see this thing flying towards me, and it was about the size of my lighter but like fatter. I was like, what the hell is that? Excuse me. And then as it got closer, I realized what it was, because obviously being allergic to everything, you got to kind of research before you go on tour, figure out what it is that's going to kill you everywhere that you go. And so I realized what it was, and I started running. And it started flying faster. And these things are so fucked up that if they sting you, it releases a pheromone to tell the rest of their hive to also come sting you until you're fucking dead.
What?
So,
Remember that jackass that like has the show that he like lets shit fucking sting him?
Bear, what's his butt?
Yeah, that fucking shit happened to him. He caught one of them goddamn things and he let it sting him. And then all of a sudden, out of the fucking woodwork, here come like 30 of them motherfuckers out the goddamn woods.
Oh my god!
Oh, you fucking idiot!
Oh god.
Yeah, no. So that shit's real. So those things, like, I don't know how, but it releases a pheromone when you get stung, and it tells the rest of that hive, hey, come kill this thing. So I was running, and I was not running fast enough, and so I'm running towards the van. And I'm like screaming, get in and close the doors. And they're like, and I was like, murder hornet, murder hornet, murder hornet, murder hornet, murder. And so I'm running, and the thing is like, and so I literally like, I was like, move. And I dove and I dive into the van, and they like shut the door, and it just did not get in. But yeah, so I got chased by a murder hornet. It's been, I mean, like, dude, I was shooting a music video that, like, I hope will come out this year. I was shooting a Defiler video, and this is, like, the craziest video that I've ever shot, because, I mean, we shot it in a total of, like, I think 4 different states, and we spent, like, 6 months on it. And one of the places we shot it was like rural Georgia. It was like way outside of Atlanta, and we were shooting on this property, and part of what we had to do, I don't want to give anything away, but I had to run around this like pond, and very casually, this director that he's done a couple videos for us. One of them was Walk in the Glow. And this guy is notorious for like trying to kill me. So we fuck, I mean, during Walk in the Glow, I got like poisoned by like a flare that I was inhaling. We filmed that at a abandoned cyanide mill. So that's what that building is. So there were like pools of it that were like still in the ground and shit.
Oh hell no!
Genius. We're geniuses. So, anyway, so I'm running across this pond, and he very casually was just like, just don't get too close because of the gator. And I'm like, huh? That's not something that you just casually, just don't get too close because of the gator. There's a fucking alligator a couple of feet from you. Maybe watch out. Anyway, so I mean, yeah, I just
Hell no.
there's
I would have been like, I have like an irrational fear. Well, I guess it's not really irrational, but I am scared of alligators. I would have been like,
not irrational at all.
gotta go. Like I'm not getting eaten today.
No, yeah. I mean, there's just like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like I've always said that my life is kind of like a movie, but not a happy one. So it would probably be closer to like a dark, like somewhere between like a mixture of like a horror film and like a Judd Apatow movie, because like I've just always had like the worst experiences with animals traveling. Like I remember we were in Russia. So automatically it's fucked up.
Where haven't you been?
I have not been to the Azores, and I want to go to the Azores. But random. Why did he say that? Anyway, so we're in Russia, and we pulled off on the side of the road to piss, and it was kind of just like pulling off on the side of the road to piss here in America, except we went there during, like, I guess they have 2 seasons in Russia. They have winter and then 2 weeks of not winter. So we were there for a month.
Sounds horrible.
And yeah, and so we did up until, I'm not going to say who it was, but a friend of mine is a tour manager for a very large band. And I was talking to him about this tour that we did, and they mysteriously, magically, a couple years later, did an identical routing of like every city that we did in the same order. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. So they tried to beat our record because we did the longest tour of any band in Russia. And so we pull off on the side of the road, and we're peeing, and we're like in like some, I don't know, woods, I guess. And it was like, it wasn't hot, but it was hot for Russia. So it's like 60 something degrees. And I guess that meant that it was time for, oh, well, you're from that area. So you're familiar with like cicadas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind
We're
of
gonna
like
be a lot
those.
more familiar with them in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, because you got like Brood X or whatever. Something's happening, right?
No, well, we're actually filming a movie in 2 weeks in Cincinnati, and it's a movie about killer cicadas, and we get to get eaten by them.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, my first experience with them, I think I think it was like the first time I went to the Midwest. It was like Iowa or something, and I remember being like, I was outside the venue, and I was like, "Are we near a power station or something like that? Like, what's?" Because I just hear this
Terrifying.
just this loud ass noise, and they were like, "No, just look at that tree," and I was like, "Ah!" And like I was like, "There are thousands and thousands of these things." So I don't hate bugs. And I remember my ex always called me a closet entomologist because I've always just got like, I know a bunch of shit about bugs. But these bugs in Russia, I didn't. And what's up, I'm out from Iowa. Hey. But anyway, so I didn't know what was going on. So I'm pissing. And, you know, you're in kind of a vulnerable state when you're casually just peeing. And I just got swarmed out of nowhere by thousands of these things that were like a mixture of like cicadas and locusts and just pissed off. And like, I don't know what was happening, but me and the rest, we all just start screaming like little girls, and we're just running with our dicks out, just like back to get to the bus. And we did not clear all of them. And they made it into, and so we're now in the bus. And there's these, whatever the fuck these things are, just flying around and like trying to bite us. And we're like punching the air, trying to kill them and like taking our shoes off, and fucking nightmare. Actual nightmare.
I'd be done.
So, yeah. So hey, I mean, you know, but there's a cool scene for a movie right there.
Right?
And that was my life.
It's terrifying.
So we've gotten pretty close to running out of time. Tell everybody where they can find your music, merch, anything that you want to plug.
So, with merch, I decided, you know, the easiest way for me to do this, you know, while still, you know, being sick, trying to get stuff out to people, it would be killer if everybody went over to teespring.com/stores/Defiler. There's a ton of stuff in there, and there's going to be new merch for the new EP coming sometime soon. If you want to find us on all the socials, pretty much everything is at Defiler Metal. You know, Twitter, Defiler Metal, Instagram, Defiler Metal, Facebook, Defiler Metal, YouTube, you know, youtube.com/Defiler Metal. We got a new music video out called Trauma Harness. May 20. Oh my God, I don't even know what day it's coming out. What is it? What is the Monday? Either the 24th or 25th, because it's coming out on Tuesday. So I think
Tuesday
it's
the 25th.
May 25th. That is when the new EP called A Deity Depraved comes out. And what I wanted to say on this stream was that the new EP is coming out, but it will be the first in a series of releases. So there is going to be a metric fuck ton of music coming out, and yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody, we're gonna get the hell out. If you want to hang around for a minute, you can, because I'm gonna run the end credits and then end the stream. Until Monday, we'll see all y'all motherfuckers on Shit Show Theater Monday night.
All right, thank you so much.
Fuck you. When I'm screaming, fuck you. Middle finger in the air, but no one wanted to hear what you screaming. Fuck you too. I'm running this stratosphere in a brand new atmosphere. I wanna go and shoot to the campus clear, cause I never thought I would've made it out of here alive. With the land where the people with the evil and night ride. You'll never see an equal to my kind, so blind to anything to line the lights to mind is right now. Looking for another mind to fight foul, bringing everything that you can bring down to the ground like 150 pounds of C4, looking for keyboard thugs. Well, I'ma need more slugs, cause I wanna see more blood. You ain't never seen gold like us. They don't wanna make them any more like us. Put them on tour with the paint on them, and anybody can know your little lane song. Fuck right, I'ma stay wrong. Black out with a ray gun, looking for anybody to make up. Motherfuckers really need to wake up. There's something really you can say. It's never gonna change my mind. I'm on some fuck that shit today. Fuck it, I don't care. Middle fingers in the air. Only count is up in here. Only count is up in here. Fuck it, I don't care. Middle fingers in the air. Only count is up in here. Only count is up in here.
Fuck that! I said fuck this shit. I was born a son of a bitch and always talk a whole gang of shit. Even know that I wouldn't work fit. Now till I became a bastard. The whole world revel in the wake of my damn disaster. Had to talk to a panther. Told me sit down, handle my shit, and try to figure out what the fuck's really the matter. Ain't none of my city, all the big ass wicked is the last. I think from your own personal promises I never know.